Overpopulation, the growing problem. A presentation by Chance Finch. So the goals I want you to take away from this video is to 1. Inform you of the flaws in the prison system, specifically how prisoners are housed. 2. To show the problem that arises due to these issues. 3. To highlight causes from which these issues stem from. And 4. To offer a solution to the problem as a whole. So in order to talk about overpopulation, we first have to know the definition of the word. Overpopulation means the state of being filled with an excessive number of people, straining available resources and facilities. Examples of the effects that arise from overpopulation in prisons and jails. So there is about 4 beds in a single cell. Imagine there's about 8 people in there. Sooner or later it's going to get compact and everybody's just going to start arguing. In the areas with the highest rate of incarceration, there are units with 310% of what the suggested capacity is, because the prison report to what the maximum capacity is, and the extent of the overcrowding is the extent of the issue may be understated. Issues that are caused by overpopulation. 1. Smaller living spaces. 2. Sickness. 3. Increased fights. 4. More COs needed. And 5. Psychological disorders. Possible solutions to this problem. 1. More prisons. 2. Different punishments for minor offenders. 3. Preemptive efforts to reduce crime. And 4. Make it easier for ex-cons to return to normal lives. Here are a few statistics. Incarceration is the highest in the world at 716 out of every 100,000 U.S. residents. The U.S. is 4.4% of the world's population, but houses 22% of the world's prisoners. Nearly half of all detained immigrants are held in privately owned facilities. Reasons for this problem. The number one reason for this problem is prisons per profit. The CCA is the largest private prison in the U.S. and has seen profit increases of 500% over the last 20 years. Many other prisons have minimum quotas that require states to pay in if the prisons are not at the minimum capacity set forth in their contract. Another reason is Tough on Crime and War on Drugs initiative in the late 80s. Created by Ronald Reagan in the early 1980s, it spawned from the belief that the increasing rate of time during the era could be attributed to leniency in the courtroom and on the streets. Specifically target those of lower income. The war on drugs pushed to minimize the amount of drugs sales and used in the hopes it would lower crime rates. As you can see from the graph labeled International Rates of Incarceration per 100,000, India with 30 is last, but as you can see, United States is in the top at 698 people per 100,000. That is a big number difference from Rwanda, which is 492, and Russia, which is 446. As you can see from this graph labeled United States and federal prison population from 1925 to 2014, it just keeps rising from 1978, where it continues to rise at 2014. What you see here is an overcrowded prison. So this is what people in the jail call a boat. A boat is used when there is not enough beds to go around. When there's overpopulation, there's many people who have to sleep on one of these boats.